That's black pretzel in the mirror.
Yakety, we need yakety sax. Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We are getting ready to play Call of Cthulhu again. We have two, returning guests. It's been a little while. We've got Regina back playing Vivian again tonight. How's it going, Regina?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. And we have Molly coming back. Molly hasn't been in a little while, so we're happy to have Molly back again too.
Thanks, everybody.
And Nick's been hanging out with us, so everybody knows Nick already.
What up?
All right. So the last series of sessions was Lonely Point Lighthouse. We went to investigate mysterious sounds. A couple of lightkeepers had swore that the place was haunted. Left in a rush. There was supposed to be a monster maybe in the waters, sort of around the lighthouse and all. So we did a bunch of research into that. And found out that Cask of Amontillado style, the previous original lighthouse keeper, his wife was a deep one, and he walled her up in the basement of the lighthouse. So every time it stormed and she got wet, she kind of came back to life because she was sort of mummified, and that was gross. But we let her go. And she took her son, which was the sea monster, and they kind of went and did deep one stuff. And we
lived.
I kind of want to know what deep one stuff is, but maybe for
no,
a
you
later
don't.
time.
No, you don't.
Like I said, maybe for a later time.
I had a female player find out what deep one stuff was.
Uh-oh.
She killed herself.
Oh, never mind. All right.
I said, you blacked it out. She goes, I'm going to go to therapy and try and get hypnotized to remember. I'm like, are you sure? And then when I passed her the note about what she remembered, she goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to get a bottle of wine, take a nice hot bath, and open up my wrists.
Oof.
She goes, there's no coming back from this.
These content warnings.
Yeah, trigger warning.
Sorry.
Just edit that out.
Yeah.
It's off the record.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Except that we're live.
And John doesn't edit.
I edit, motherfucker.
Oh, we're gonna have to
You
edit
say that
out.
this is going to be in the episode when it releases.
Yeah, it might be.
We should have all the edited stuff out on the Patreon.
We do. I do. There's outtakes. There's the post shows. Yeah, all that stuff's on there.
Oh, cool.
Nobody cares. That's the thing. It's there, but
Well, I care.
All right.
I was going to say, I care too.
You're not a Patreon member.
Oh, I'm not either.
No, I'm a content creator. I'm better. Okay, so.
And we love you for it.
Well, I love being here. This keeps me doing all the other stuff, because if I don't remember why I love doing this, I will forget why I love doing this. Anyway, so the game tonight is called Open Season. You all get a call. Well, we're going to start with Vivian. Vivian, you get a call from one of your most... Hello?
Hello?
Oh, all sound went out. What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I guess everybody muted their mics.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. It just got real quiet. I got nervous for a second.
Oh.
Okay. You're one of your biggest supporters is a very wealthy woman named Blanche Madison. She's probably about 90.
Oh, I love it.
She can walk, although she has a maid that kind of wheels her around in a wheelchair. Her husband was self-made, railroad money. Son has took over the business years ago, and parlayed that into like import export, and diversified. So the family's rolling. You like them a lot. But unfortunately, her son, Wallace, who is in charge of the family's financial empire. He vanished several weeks ago while hunting in Vermont. Now the family hired, they pull out all the stops. They involve the local police, the forest rangers, the state troopers, and they just canvassed the whole area around where he was supposed to be. He did go with a close friend and a hunting guide that always they go hunting every autumn. So the house in Long Island is filled with big game trophies. Like, this guy was not a dabbler. He was very comfortable being outside. He was very safe with his guns. He's not the kind of person who would get lost or shoot himself. These were capable outdoorsmen hunting in an area that a lot of people do hunt in, but it was the first time they were hunting this particular area. Wallace had bought it, a large tract of land, just because it had a old hunting cabin. He spent some money restoring it. Basically, his friend Sam Ripley, who was the guide, restored the cabin for them, and they were going to go away for like a week. It's his like annual vacation. He does it every year. He just never came back. They search went to the cabin. It looks like most of their stuff was still there. It's like they went out hunting and just never came back to the cabin. So the car was still there. A lot of their gear was still there. There was still a lot of food in the house. They searched for 5 days, and then the weather started to turn, and they called it off.
Oh,
they had bloodhounds. They tracked him into the Green Mountains of Vermont, and then they lost the scent, and the weather turned. There was a dusting of snow. They started getting really worried, and after about a week, they were like, if you find out from Gilbert, who is the son, that you were speaking of cats, Vivian?
Yes, this is the one that probably lost his brain cell and is looking for it in a very unfortunate place. And if something breaks, I may have to go off camera.
That's okay. We all understand. Okay. Gilbert whispers to you that the reason they called off the search is that there was a dusting of snow, and they were pretty sure they wouldn't be able to find any remains.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
So they're calling off the search until spring.
Until spring.
They've given up hope on finding him alive. Either one of them alive.
Okay. And just to clarify, so they found some scent as far up as Vermont, and then they stopped.
Well, he was in Vermont.
Okay.
The nearest town is a town called Putney.
Okay. Thank you.
They drove into Putney, left their car there. They hiked up to the cabin, and with supplies, most of the supplies are still at the cabin. But their guns and their clothing, their outdoor gear was all gone.
And one more thing, because I was trying to write everything down, because memory. Are these people he normally goes with, or is it just? I think you mentioned it was his friends, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Sam Ripley, professional hunter and guide, worked for the Forestry Service, Great War veteran. You've met him, once or twice at like a gathering.
Okay, so I know of him. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, so Blanche chats you up and says, the police have given up, but I haven't. I'm hoping that you'll be able to go up and use your gifts to find him where others haven't. And she says, I'm not a fool. I want you to find him, even if it's just to bring him home to Barry. The thought of my boy out there, I she says I haven't been able to sleep, and I don't want to go into the afterlife, not knowing what happened to my son.
I reassure her that a little bit of snow isn't going to stop me. I've been in worse. I remind her that I understand how important her son is to her. I kind of asked just a little bit of probing questions about how have things been, because I may or may not have understood what their family dynamic was for a while. I know of them and I love them, but have they had a really good relationship lately? Or
yes, Wallace is not a believer.
okay.
But he respects that his mother is, and he's never been rude or dismissive towards you.
Okay.
He doesn't sit in on seances or readings or any of that sort of thing.
Understandable.
But you've met him a few times, and he's always been very, very, in fact, almost charming.
Okay.
And his son is much the same. His son is even more personable. But again, his son, came from generational wealth, and Wallace helped his father build this empire. So Wallace was more of a, he came from middle class.
Yeah.
So the son and daughter, they pull you aside and they say, look, this means a lot to our mother. She can't take this kind of stress. It's not good for her heart. We don't think that you'll find him. Because, the police have looked, but, just going out and doing your best will put her mind at ease. And if you do find him, we are willing to make it worth your while in a big way.
I thank them so much for their generosity regarding that. But I do care very much about her, and I reassure them that her feelings about this, I want to treat that first. So my most importance is finding something to give her closure, whether it's even just a piece of rock or something. But I just let them know, like, I care about her and their family, and I'm happy to do what I can.
Okay. Jeannie says that mother has said that she'd like to give to, if you can find, our dad, our grandma's has said if she's willing to give you the beach house in Oyster Bay.
I probably turn more pale than I normally do when I see something that's a little strange and unusual. I thank them for their kindness, and I say that's something we can absolutely discuss at a later time. But at this moment, I really just want to focus on putting her more at ease.
Okay.
And
she goes to bed. She's happy that you're on the job. And they said, look, we know it's a long way to Vermont. We'd like to get you started as soon as possible. How soon can you get your team together?
Probably together within the next few days. The quicker, the better.
We have a pilot standing by at Roosevelt Fields that'll take you guys up to Vermont. She's done some, she's done some work for us in the past. Mm-hmm. Basically, you've performed Penelope at air shows that they've sponsored on like company on company events and stuff. So, and what's your credit rating, Molly?
40.
40. So you're fairly well known as a barnstormer and an aviatrix.
Fantastic.
Okay, so she'll be taking you up, and she'll be helping you in the search as much as possible. Just let us know if you need anything. If you need us to send a car to pick up your team to expedite things. They said, look, this is for my grandmother. Money is no object.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I will let you know as soon as possible and reach out with anything that I need.
Okay. The nurse comes in and says that before she fell asleep, she wanted you to see if you could reach out and contact him.
I could try.
You know that if he's dead in Vermont, there's no way you're going to make any kind of connection here.
Yeah.
You know that usually you'd need to be within close proximity of a spirit to detect anything.
Okay. So I pretty much say that as much as I would love to do that to put her at ease, I'd be doing a disservice. I'd be as transparent as possible with her because I've known her for so long. And that if I get any feelings, any emotions, any signs, I will do my best to make contact immediately. So that although I can't do anything right now, the moment that I can give any form of reassurance, I will.
Okay. All right. So we can skip ahead and say that the team has gathered at Roosevelt Fields, which is has Charles Lindbergh crossed the Atlantic yet? What year was that?
Oh shit, I don't know. Jesse's got good Google foo.
'27. Okay. So yeah, fuck it. We'll say that that's already happened. Why not? Hold on a second. Okay, so Roosevelt Fields is where Charles Lindbergh leaves to cross the Atlantic. So, and I like it because it's like literally 20 minutes from my house. Okay, so all of you meet. Penelope, you've never met any of them before. And Dr. Weld, you've never met either the pilot or the psychic that although you've heard of her before. Mm-hmm. So everybody can just describe yourselves to each other so you have some idea.
Penelope is standing tall in front of her up-air field, wearing a flight suit, looking over all of you. I mean, I think that, you're not the oddest bunch, but definitely an interesting group that she's going to ferry in her fuselage.
Well, I think, when we pile out of the car, Harry, he comes over to Viv right away because I feel like we probably haven't seen each other in a while.
Oh yeah.
So
not since Kingsport.
Not since Kingsport.
And the Dreamlands.
Oh my goodness, the Dreamlands.
So this average looking, sort of nondescript, short brown hair, brown eyes, sort of, rumpled suit, just forgettable. If you had seen him in a crowd, your eyes just kind of slide over him and forget him. Nothing really outstanding, square jawed kind of Sam Spade style PI. And, he looks at the plane and he looks at you and he sees Viv and he goes, "Hey, Viv, it's been forever. I was so surprised when I got the call. How you doing? What's going on? How you been?"
Harry! I drop my stuff. I forget all about it. And I go running up to him. I give him the biggest hug. How are you? How have you been? Long time. I do the double kiss. And then a big hug. And then I just kind of soak in the moment. And I just kind of update you on a few different things that I've been up to.
Anything crazy like the last time?
Oh, nothing as crazy as the last time. Nothing as crazy as the last time. But entertaining enough for you.
The night is young.
Well, we almost killed Georgie a couple of months ago. There was we'll tell you about it later. The doc's been tagging along with us. It's been that's been a big help. Keeps me from having to drive over and go get him.
I peek away because I'm literally right on top of you. I'm like, Doc, who?
All
and then I just pop my head and see
we
Dr.
need a
Weld.
description on Georgie and Thomas Weld. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll let you go first. Yeah.
I'm of average size. So I'm 5'6". Let's say that. I'm in my late 30s. I'm like, let's see. I'm English. Yeah. Well, I'm from Boston, but my background is, or my ethnic background is English. So pretty much white guy, brown hair, brown eyes, wearing a 3-piece tweed suit and carrying a medical bag full of goodies.
I forgot to give my
And
description.
Georgie is
Good.
a little over 6 feet, kind of gangly, but fit. Like he's in shape. He's kind of dirty, scruffy, wearing a flat cap with a almost like a longshoreman's coat, like a wool coat, with just kind of frumpled clothes, and yeah, he's kind of just sitting over there, like smoking a cigarette, leaning up against the car.
And Vivian?
So my hair is done. My whole outfit is matchy. Probably look a lot more overdressed than I should be. But even though I dress nice, I absolutely can handle the situation. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and just smiling and beaming with just like light. Like happiness, joy. Then scariness, murder.
Okay, so the son, I think his name, what did I give him? Gilbert Madison, comes over and he says, I didn't think that you might have prepared, so I've stocked the plane with a couple of hunting rifles, boots for everyone, and some cold weather gear if you're going to be hiking around in the mountains. We also have a man in Putnam that will be able to guide you up to the cabin, and we have the cabin fully stocked with enough food and supplies for you to be out there for a couple of weeks if need be.
Thank you so much for
We'll
that.
also be giving you the keys to my father's car that's up there if you need to use it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Best of luck. Keep in touch. Stay safe.
Absolutely. And I give him a big hug.
Okay.
When he starts listing off all the supplies and everything, I'll be like, oh, and he turns around, pops the trunk, and then reaches in, pulls out a big Winchester, pulls out a pistol, holsters that, pulls out a knife, sheathes that, and he's like, closes the trunk again. All right.
All right. So you fly up from Long Island up into Vermont, where you land. We're going to say that it is, this time of the year. It is October. It is the start of hunting season. Well, probably a couple of weeks from now. There is a dusting of snow on the ground when you land. And then from the airfield, you are all driven to Putnam, where you meet their man on the ground, Eugene. And Eugene, we're going to give, what's his last name? We're going to say Eugene Baker. He greets you, says, if we start hiking now, I know that you just got here, but if we leave now, we can probably get to the cabin by nightfall. Otherwise, if you want to rest, we can leave in the morning.
What time of the day is it?
Right now, we're going to say that nightfall probably hits around 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock. So right now, it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Oh, so it's not too far of a hike then, I guess. Viv, you're a little overdressed, I think.
That's okay. I'll make do.
You might want to
I
change
hope
into
you
a pair of
maybe
those
brought some
boots.
It looks like it might get a little dirty.
I open up my bag and I have, of course, like matching boots to put on. It's just I was in my airplane outfit, so I switch out into my clothing that I need and just smiling all happy like, Don't worry, Harry. I've got this covered.
Okay, he says we can take the car a little bit up the ways, but the road's gonna pretty quickly peter out. But we should be able to drive halfway up into the mountains and then hike from there. So if you're all ready, we can head out.
I bundle up
yeah.
my coat just a little bit more.
Let's do it.
Okay. As you're all driving up. It's getting dark alarmingly fast. The woods are very thick. And I need everybody to make a psychology roll.
Ooh.
Ooh, I might have passed that.
I just like
regular
rolling dice.
Success.
No one?
Fail.
No, regular success.
Regular
5.
success.
Hard success.
Nope.
Okay, hard success. You begin to pick up that this guy Eugene, one, he's a local, and two, he is very nervous about driving along these roads. Like you see him, he's going probably slower than he should, and he's darting his eyes. He's like darting around. He's looking into the tree line on either side of the road.
There's snow on the ground?
There's only a dusting of snow, so it's probably not the snow that he's concerned about.
Oh.
What do we get with a regular success?
You get that he's local, and two, he's very uneasy
Okay.
about this area.
Okay. Molly,
Have the roads been? Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just going to ask if you said something.
Yeah. Have the roads been bad lately?
These roads are always a little off. Nobody really comes up here. I guess that's why Mr. Madison was able to get the property so cheaply.
Oh. There been any other incidents in the area that are concerning you?
I hope you won't think me superstitious, but this whole side of the mountain has kind of a bad reputation. People have gone missing. People hiking have said that they've felt themselves like something was watching them. And there have been reports of, ghost voices, whispering, and strange lights in the sky.
Oh, some paranormal activity.
Well, if you believe that sort of thing.
You'd be surprised what we'd believe.
I chuckle very loud.
She says, I half expected that you'd have some kind of a bloodhound.
Oh, we don't need one.
All right, well, just make sure you stay safe. And he pulls the car off, and you're already in the woods really bad. He goes, if you don't mind, I'm going to spend the night at the cabin with you guys. I don't want to come back by myself in the dark.
That's okay with me.
Excellent. All right, you see he puts on a pack. He's carrying probably like a double pack because he's bringing more supplies up to kind of have you guys. And he is as he's leading you. He's got the flash. He doesn't have a flashlight out, but he does. He's keeping both hands on his rifle. He's not slinging it. He's carrying the rifle along the trail up to this cabin.
I nudge Georgie. I go, this guy's a little. He's a little jumpy.
Yeah, it looks like at least maybe he's a little prepared, huh?
Well, I mean, prepared is one thing. It looks like he's ready to shoot the ass off a rabbit. Something.
I guess we should just make sure we stay behind him and not in front of him.
Yeah, no kidding.
He says, "Just stay close." Are you letting him hear you talk about him or no?
I think
God, no.
No, we're probably kind of towards the back. I assume Viv's in the middle.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Eugene, just has he hunted before? I'm curious. I noticed that he's holding his gun a little tightly. I did hear what he said, but I just looked a little unusual despite that.
He said that he was he never comes to this, he never hunts in this area, but he did help with the initial searches. Like I said, it's just a spooky area. I've seen odd things myself up here.
What do you mean by odd? Like thing? Like you seen like a Bigfoot or something?
No, nothing like that. Just move like shadows moving in the darkness. Hear weird sounds. You'll know it if you see it.
Lights in the sky.
Pretty much. All right, I need everyone. This is when you about 20 minutes later. I need everybody to roll a spot hidden.
Ooh, that's an odd 8, baby. That's extreme.
Nice.
Extreme.
Regular success.
I did not make it.
I carried so much stuff I could barely see.
Okay, people made extreme spot hiddens. Okay, as you are walking through the dark, heading like the sun is just starting to set, so the stars are starting to twinkle into the sky, appear in the sky. He said we should be there soon, and those of you who made a spot hidden, you see a large shape in the trees above you, like kind of just out of the, in the shadows. And when you look towards it, it like darts away and like almost like leaps from like one branch to another one, almost like 50 yards away, like almost gliding through the trees. It's just this weird shadowy shape. I mean, then it's gone.
Does it? Well, is that a? I want to say psyche check. What the hell is it called? Sanity check. And does it like? Can I rationalize it? Does it look like an owl, or like is it much bigger than an owl?
You are a New York City boy. You don't know how big owls actually get.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
You don't think it could be an owl? Like maybe a really big seagull or some kind of maybe a buzzard. It was pretty large.
Pretty big. Okay.
At first, before it glided off, you thought maybe it was a brown bear in a tree.
Yeah. So I think I started because I'm looking around, right? Because I'm not, we've seen stuff, right? So like I'm not over, like, not that you're not concerned, but also like, all right, we've been, we've done this already.
Okay.
And then I see the thing move, and I just sort of stop, and I kind of reach towards my hip, and I'm like, hey, he's not fucking around. Look, and then it just whoosh, and then no one sees it. I'm like, no, it was right over there. It was a fucking thing in a tree.
Did anybody else make the harder or better? So you were the only one who saw. Oh,
No,
Georgie.
just basic. Yeah.
Okay, so Harry, you saw it, and Gilbert saw it, and he literally raises the rifle. He like chambers around, raises the rifle, and then when it's gone, he goes, "Let's pick up the pace."
Jeez, all right. Yep.
Ooh, shit.
I whispered to Harry, "What did you see?"
I don't know. It looked like it could have been a bear. I don't know. It was huge. Like it was in the tree. I looked up, and then when I looked at it, it like jumped. It was like 50 feet. Like it went from one tree to another tree.
I need everybody to make a listen check.
Yeah.
Ooh, what is that? Is that a 1 or 7?
Yeah.
I passed
Just
that.
regular.
That's
Nope,
a pass.
failed again.
I think it's a hard. What's
the halfway point one? That's the one I got.
Hard success.
A hard. Oh, yeah,
I got an
hard.
extreme again. 10 out of 67.
Okay,
Look at you.
who made it? Who just made it basic?
Oh no, mine was better than basic.
Okay, Georgie, when him and Vivian are talking about what he saw, you just hear like a muttering whisper, like through the darkness, like it's like you just can't make it out.
Yeah.
Vivian, you had a hard success, and Harry, you had an extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian, you hear it a little clearer, and it's almost like a buzzing kind of voice, but you can't make out what it said.
Okay.
Harry, with the extreme, you hear the buzzing kind of voice, and you're pretty sure it said bats.
Bats? Oh, fuck. Did you guys hear that? It sounded like somebody said bats.
I heard some buzzing, but I didn't hear bats.
Eugene just says, "Let's keep moving. Pick up the pace, people."
I've never heard of.
At this point, he's like almost trotting, and you kind of see the clearing where the cabin is right up
I'd
ahead.
pull my pistol out at that. Like, at that point, I'm like, all right.
Georgie kind of had Winnie like just kind of slung over his shoulder, just kind of like trotting along, but now like down in both hands, like ready. Not finger on the trigger, but just in case.
I'm looking at Harry with a raised eyebrow, a big bear up in the tree, and none of us heard or saw it. Must be a city boy.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, so it's a long story, right? Well, it's multiple stories. Like, it's like many episodes of like a longer campaign, but we've seen some things. We could talk about it later. Maybe you've seen some weird stuff. I don't know. You flying all around. Ask Viv. She'll tell you all about it.
We've seen things. Just trust me. We've seen things. And this is definitely a thing. And I just kind of am looking around and just walking a little bit faster just because we're vulnerable.
I thought this was going to be a nice vacation.
Okay. At this point, Eugene, when he comes in, he like drops his supplies, and he doesn't even take his coat off. And he says, "On second thought, I'm going to head back to the car now."
Are you sure you want to go back by yourself? I mean, like, we start a fire, we would stay up for a little while and just.
I'm sure. I'd like to sleep in my own bed tonight, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
How far did we walk?
You walked about 40 minutes.
That's like 2 hours or 2 miles at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty inadvisable.
Make a persuade check.
I will try that.
Nick, I do about 2.5 miles an hour when I go hiking.
I fell.
Not too much.
I tried to persuade, but he doesn't want to listen to me after I've said I've seen things.
Yeah, that was the kicker.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm out. All right, unless anybody else wants to try and convince him, he's gonna head back. He does not want to stay up here at night in this cabin with you guys.
No, I figure he's more of a danger if he stays with us, so I'm not like overly concerned with trying to make him stay. I
don't want to get shot having to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
He says, "I'll be back in 2 days to check on you."
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. He says, "I'll come either early in the morning or, I'll come early in the morning."
Okay.
All right. So he, books. He leaves. At this point, he's got the rifle slung because he's holding like a lantern. And you see he's like, double timing it on the trail back down the mountain to the road. So the cabin is nice. It's not overly large. You can see that it's a very comfortable cabin for a pair of hunters, but for a group of 5, it's going to be a little bit cramped quarters. It's basically like 2 rooms, like a bedroom and the common room where there's like a couch, a fireplace, and a small kitchen area. The outhouse is, of course, outside.
Yeah.
Place is freezing because it's, the fire hasn't been lit in a while. But even though you guys brought up supplies, there was plenty of supplies still here. So it looks like whatever happened to these guys happened very early in the trip.
All right. If no one else does it, Harry would collect some wood and try to get a fire going.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. You get a fire going. Is there anything you guys want to do at the house after you're comfortable and fed and warmed up?
I just wanted to look around and see what was left. I mean, we probably didn't touch much of the things when we walked in. We just put our stuff down and got comfortable. But I just want to look around and see if there is any objects that don't belong. Granted, I wouldn't know well enough, but...
Right. I'm going to have, since you're taking a quick look around, make a spot hidden.
Okay. I spot nothing.
We're in a
spot
cabin.
Boots. Yeah.
Pretty good
So
natural
what-
world score. Oh,
Huh?
I was just gonna say I might take just a peek outside and see if I hear anything, or just look around in the immediate vicinity of the cabin just to see if everything looks normal.
Okay, make a spot hidden as you look out the window in the vicinity of the cabin.
That's a hard success.
You see something kind of move out of the tree line towards the cabin, like some shadowy shape. And with your hard success, you can kind of make out that it's a large deer.
Oh.
But
On the ground, not in the trees, right?
No, it's on the ground, not in the trees.
That's a new kind of deer.
Good
You see that
clarification.
You see that it's like looks down and it's sniffing around, and it starts walking towards the cabin, and you see that it's following the trail you guys have made.
Well, that's spooky.
Yeah, that doesn't seem normal.
When it raises its head, and it comes a little, closer, and towards the light of the cabin, the firelight, exiting the window, you can kind of get a better look at it. You see that there's something really wrong with it. Its eyes are, it should be dark, but they're almost like white and pale. And there's strange, almost like cancerous growths growing around its mouth. And it looks like it might have been shot. Like there's a large wound on its side, that there's more of these weird cancerous growths growing around it. So you're going to need to make a sand check, Molly.
Ooh. I failed that.
Okay. Take 2 points of sanity loss. And then it makes eye contact with you through the window.
My instinct, actually, I'm gonna
And
say.
it just stares at you. What do you do? Are you gonna tell anybody else, or what's going on?
I'm gonna say, Penelope, I didn't describe her very well. She's fairly stocky, but actually kind of large. She grew up on a farm. And I think that my instinct actually is I'm gonna try and go out there and shoot it. Put
Okay.
it, out of its misery.
The minute you think, I'm gonna try and go out there and shoot it, do you have a pistol? Do you have a?
Yeah, I have a 38 revolver.
So you see Penelope like unholster her revolver that none of you even knew that she had under her coat.
Hey, whoa! What are you doing?
Just going, just gonna, like,
Georgie's over at the fire cooking beans. Like,
All right. What happens next is you hear like footsteps outside of the cabin, like almost like a horse trotting forward. And Penelope, you look, it's charging the window. Literally, it's like full blown charging the window, and its head and antlers come crashing through the window, showering you with glass. And it's like moving its antlers around, trying to gore you. But it's like part of the antlers are breaking off because it's hitting the side, and it's just absolutely fucking crazed. So all of you now see this, almost diseased deer kind of trying to attack her through an open window. And I need everybody to make a sand check.
I got a hard pass. I rolled a 14.
Nice.
I just passed.
Pass.
Do you want me to make another one?
I made it.
No, you've already. All right, so party's round. What do you want to do?
Harry's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And pulls his pistol out and starts shooting it. That's not normal.
You pull your gun out, but you'll be able to fire next round.
All right.
Georgie?
I'm gonna start to run towards the door, grabbing my rifle along the way. I'm gonna see if I can like go outside around to the side of this thing.
Okay, you grab your rifle and run towards the front door. Doc?
Yep.
I run back into the house as far as I can.
Into the bedroom.
Vivian?
Am I able to pull Penelope away or at all and try to get her out of the way of it? Or
It depends. What's your dex? And Penelope, what's your dex?
My
Got
dex
a
is 75.
75. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Penelope, what were you planning to do?
I was planning on shooting it,
Okay.
oh,
but I was
Okay.
oh.
So you can shoot it while Vivian's grabbing you and pulling you away. So whatever attacks you make, you need to make with a penalty dice. And this is only
sorry.
because you have exactly the same dex.
I'm so sorry.
So you're like, what the hell? And you start blasting as she's grabbing you and trying to pull you back. So roll your attacks.
all right. How many do I just get one?
It depends. What kind of gun do you have?
I mean, it says a 38 revolver, but then it says a Weebly Fosberry automatic.
It should have a rate of fire on the character.
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you.
I
All right, 2
fail.
rounds. That is.
By the way,
cool.
you have a very expensive British revolver. That's not common in this country. It's a gift from a fan.
Oh, very nice. The first one hits with the penalty die.
Nice.
This one went. Oh my gosh, where did this die go? That one definitely missed.
Okay, give me damage on that.
It's a 4.
Okay. Okay, you just kind of glancing hit into it. The other one goes wide. It kind of, as soon as it's shot and it backs out of the window. So it backs out of the window immediately, like backs up. So at this point, George and Harry can get outside with their handgun and the rifle while it's still there.
Oh, I was shooting from inside since
Oh,
its
you're gonna
head
shoot
was
out
in
the
the
window?
Yeah, I missed.
Okay.
It really threw me off, right? Like you said, I'm from the city, so like having a wild disease creature like come through the window really
Right.
kind of shook me a little.
You're shot. You fire as it's like darting back out of the window. So
Yeah.
Georgie, you're
Yeah.
out front, and you see that
Sounds
this
good.
thing was kind of like running towards the tree line. But when the door opens and you step out with the rifle, it skids to a stop and turns and like stares at you.
Oh,
What do you
good.
wanna
Can
do?
I broadside it then?
You can fire at it.
I
Oh,
can
nice,
indeed
Max.
fire at it.
Roll, and you won't hit it, right? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
I turn and it looks at me. I'm like, oh shit, boom, and like quick fire. And it just kind of,
Okay. It fucking
I
turns
skid in the snow.
it charges you, and will hit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it charges you, and it's funny. It like charges like it's gonna gore you, and then it stops, and then it kicks out with both of its back feet. Okay, you take 6 points of damage and are like literally lift it into the air, and you land on your back in the house. I need you to make a luck. I need you to make a luck
we had
check.
a few months off.
Yeah.
I need to make a luck check when that happens.
Nope. I can't spend luck to lower luck. So.
No, you can't spend.
No.
You can't spend luck on a luck roll.
If only you had enough.
Okay. When he falls back into the house, the rifle hits the floor and discharges.
Oh shit!
I need everyone else to make a luck check,
Lord.
and please don't fail.
Oh God.
Ironically, the
any of my dice.
Winchester does have a double barrel.
Oh, I failed.
I also failed.
I failed as well,
Did
very
anyone
badly.
critically fail? Is there did you fail by more than half of what you need?
I'm right around that. So my luck is 34 and I rolled a 61, so I'm a little over half.
Oh shit, Harry.
My luck is 75 and I get a 95.
Oh no, it's Vivian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doc literally said, "I'm running to the other room." Was like, "I'm leaving to go to the other room."
Right.
So he was not even part of this equation.
Oh my God.
I need you to give me a damage roll. Make a damage roll. It's only going to be like half. It's going to be a grazing shot. You know what?
Okay.
It's just a flesh wound.
No, I got it. That's not 11.
Are you kidding me? You got excited over that?
Okay, listen.
No, I'm not excited.
This is what happens. The bullet doesn't hit you.
Okay.
But it hits a vase right next to you and showers you with broken shards of pottery and glass. So you take 3 points of damage and just lacerations.
Ooh. Oh. Well, once this is all
Scream. I scream more because of the shot. I don't realize that I'm not shot, but I just scream because everything's chaos. Oh my God. So you said 3? Thank you.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
That's a horrible start, I just have to say.
Welcome to Legends of Tabletop.
So if Georgie's all the way in, I run forward to close the door.
Okay.
So it doesn't get in, and I'm pulling him away. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I almost shot Viv.
Hold on, this is what happens. You run over to close the door, and it was fucking hiding by the door. So when you go to close the door, its head just comes and it tries to bite onto your arm. But I rolled a 90, so you managed to get the door closed as it's snapping at you, and then you just hear hoofs banging at the door.
It tried to bite me. Deers don't bite people. They don't meat. What the hell?
Georgie will get up, pull the dagger out, and he's like, "Open the fucking door, Harry."
No, we're not doing this again. You fucking went out the window the last time. She almost
killed. Now I'm going out the door. Don't make me go out the window.
All right,
I'm gonna
hold on a
here.
second. You guys start arguing. Georgie, I need you to make a con check.
Oh no.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Oh no.
You're open the fucking door, and you've got the knife out, and your hand starts to feel tingly and numb. And you see that where it hit him, there's some almost bluish green glitter on him, and it's gotten on his hand when he drew his knife. And wherever this weird glitter dust is touching you, you start to feel numb and you start to feel nauseous.
So he takes he pulls out the knife and takes one step towards the door, and then his hand kind of starts to twitch and the knife falls and he collapses down to one knee. And he's like, "Oh man, oh it got me good." Oh.
All right. You start to really feel stomach cramps.
Doc.
I come back from the other room. Well, you know what? No. First, I ask, "Is it safe to come out?"
I don't know. Something's wrong with Georgie. He got kicked. I think he's gonna pass out.
Is it safe to come out though?
I
Yeah.
paid you to help us come out.
Okay.
To hell with Save. These are your friends, aren't they?
Well, the doc's kind of more of an associate.
It's only the third adventure he's played with these guys. He hasn't known them that long.
Boy, I tossed out the money.
Yeah, these are my patients. Like I'm like, what? Dragging me into again.
Make a medicine roll.
I try to treat Georgie. I don't know what I think it would be like a medicine roll.
Yeah, make a medicine
roll.
roll.
Would be the best course of action. 37. What's my that should be a pass. Yeah, I got a 61. So yeah.
Okay, you just look at him and you realize, okay, this looks like some kind of a toxin, and you're about to like grab him to treat him, and you notice that wherever the deer came in contact with him, there's some weird, you don't know what it is. It's like dust or spores, and you're like, oh, better not touch those. And you're like, get his clothes off.
Get his clothes off.
Basically, no, like whatever whatever is on him is poisonous.
Yeah.
I have my
with a knife.
driving gloves. Can I just put those on?
Yeah, you guys help him get out. You help him get out of all of the stuff. And once you get that top layer off, it's fine because it didn't get through your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
But you realize that this thing was covered in some kind of toxic spore.
Okay. Could I do a roll for an occult and see if I know what the hell that is?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I administer first aid to Vivian?
Yes.
Well,
I'm trying to figure this out. Holy shit! I get a hard success in occult.
Nice.
There's been nothing on the occult record of something like this.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
This is brand new because I just created this monster for Necronomicon. For Octobernomicon yesterday. So there is nothing in the records yet.
It is out of my wheelhouse.
If you guys survive, you will be the first people to record an encounter with this group.
I look at Harry and I go, I do not know what this is.
Okay. Dr. Weld, I think that Vivian's flesh wound is maybe secondary to Georgie's broken ribs.
Oh, okay. Well, I already rolled the first aid, so you get a hit point back, but I'll treat the broken.
I can do first aid on him.
Ribs, though, right? Don't you just have to
wrap them? You have to wrap them.
Okay.
They used to wrap them, yeah.
Okay. I'll wrap them.
Harry, when this thing lunged at you, it smelled like it was dead.
Ew.
Okay.
And you could see in the weird fungal cancerous growths that were covering it, there were also like maggots in its mouth and in the open wounds.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. So I say to Viv, we had something like this before the time before the lighthouse. We were up in New York looking for a guy. Anywhere there was this vine, death vine. Tom, how you feeling? You okay? You're not like you're still with us, right? We don't have to slap you or nothing.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Pretty sure we can slap him.
I don't think it's like before.
Okay, Georgie,
the same as it was.
You take 2 more points of damage over the next 2 hours from just convulsions. You're throwing up blood. You're like, you're just really sick. But you got
fine, guys.
I rolled not great, so you got off easy.
I should roll first aid for Georgie, actually.
Yeah.
So when that thing tried to bite me, I mean, it was real close. It smelled like it was dead. It had maggots in its mouth. I mean, I think it's safe to assume that those guys, and he kind of like waves hand to throat. I was hoping maybe these guys just got lost. You always got to assume it's something normal until it's not, and this is definitely not normal.
This is absolutely not normal, even for us.
So Miss Falcon, have you ever encountered any strange things, lights in the sky while you were flying? Bigfoots, any kind of weird nonsense?
I mean, it has been happening more frequently. The occasional UFO, those strange lights that he was talking about, Eugene, there, has happened.
So you believe in all this stuff then? I mean, it's hard to not believe it when you see it, I guess.
That is true. I mean, I actually have, 20 Cthulhu mythos? So I think I've actually seen some
She's
stuff,
some
too.
stuff,
Oh, wow.
I need. Never mind.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
So you start telling us about a time that you saw like a whatever thing doing some monster stuff.
Insert adventure here.
Oh, geez, I'm an agent of my Rolodex.
And where can I contact you after this adventure?
All right. So, do you guys want to do anything else tonight?
I want to help out with giving first aid to Georgie as well.
All right. He's already been received first aid. He's only took one injury, so only one.
Did we get you, Vivian?
Yeah. I got some back.
So is there anything other than the table that we can use to try to cover the window?
Make a luck check.
All right.
I have 35 luck.
I failed. 46
All right.
over 32.
Let me see if I can get some fancy fabrics in order. Where's my luck? Oh, I'm extremely lucky.
She's like, hey, there are storm shutters.
Yeah, I just find something randomly.
No, there are actually like shutters that you can close and lock the windows for like storms.
So I ask Penelope, I'm like, hey, you look like you're pretty handy with that piece. You wanna cover me? I wanna get out there and close those storm shutters.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you.
So pistol in one hand, crack the door, kind of peek outside.
Georgie rolls off the couch. He's like, I'm coming to help, Harry.
No, stay on the bed.
No, I got it. Okay.
Sit down.
Stay here.
Hold him down.
So I'll bang on the door just to make sure it's not hiding around the corner again.
They cover you. You're able to like run outside, close the storm shutters, and run back in. It doesn't seem to be around.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to take a look, right outside the window where I shot it. Is there blood on the ground?
No. There's something on the ground, but it's not blood. It's almost like a purplish. In the light, it comes off almost like a purplish tar.
Ew.
Is it glittery?
Yes, a little bit.
That's not
All
good.
right. Very strange. I have an astronomy skill. Is that, I don't know how that's used in the game. Is that just...
That's just for like navigation by the stars and
Okay.
stuff like that. So, all right. So you get the storm shutters closed. Do you want to do anything with the evening? Wait till morning. Go back to the car.
I mean, I don't feel like we leave, right? We got to come up with some kind of plan, right? I mean, maybe we should set some watches for tonight. This thing maybe comes back. We don't want to be caught unawares. If you ladies would like to take the bedroom, I think that probably makes the most sense. We'll stay out here, keep an eye on Georgie. We'll keep the fire stoked. This doesn't seem like anything familiar, right? I mean, every time we do something like this, it's always something we hadn't seen before. Like, none of this kind of stuff rings a bell?
None of this rings a bell, unfortunately. I'm out of my wheelhouse, but I agree we should take turns.
I mean, I don't know too
get
much
some
about...
rest.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know too much. Georgie.
Yeah.
You spend much time outside in the woods? You know anything about what goes on out here?
Oh, yeah, you know me. I'm always out going, no, of course not, Harry. What the hell?
Well, I don't know. You got an interesting background. I don't know what you're up to when you're not around with me. Miss Penelope,
Well,
Miss
I
Miss
spent
Falcon.
my time in the city, and then I spent my time in the prison, and then I was back in the city. So that's about it.
There's no glitter in prison?
Not a lot. I mean, we did have craft an hour every once in a while, but that was about it.
Regina, I need you to make a POW check.
Yeah. Pouch.
Tell me if you make it and the degree of.
Trying to math it right now. So it's probably a regular. It's maybe 2 points away from a hard.
Okay. All right. You feel a presence nearby.
Mm.
And it's familiar, but it's not very familiar.
Do I feel safe?
Yes.
Okay. I call out to it. I try to say, like, who are you? Do I know you? What are you doing here? So literally, they all hear me just start calling out all these questions.
Okay.
Do I know who Vivian is since she's a celebrity?
Yes.
Okay.
You've heard that she is a spirit medium. When you start calling out and walking around the house, the coffee pot that's on the stove just kind of, it was empty, but it like slides off the stove and like lands with a clatter.
Does it break?
No, it's like a metal
Just
coffee pot.
Oh, thank
Just-
God.
okay.
I'm going to need that in the morning.
So I ask, are you okay?
To
Anything
the
happen?
spirits.
Yeah.
You're not able to connect, but you know that there's some presence here, which says
Yeah.
at least one of those two people is probably not on this plane of existence anymore.
Okay. And I cannot confirm who it is. I mean,
I would allow you to make another check as a push roll to try and get a hard.
okay.
But to do that, you're going to need some help, meaning you're going to need to perform a seance to
Is it,
try and the reason that's hard is because if you don't make the roll, you basically open that line of communication and anything can answer.
yeah. I haven't even cleansed the room.
So you're like, no to the seance? Nicholas Scratch.
I'm very hesitant. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it.
All right, you're going to need everyone's help to do this.
So I explain protocol to everyone of what a seance is. I kind of just break it down into steps. I assign little roles to everyone. And once again, very happy and perky as I do all of this, even though this is kind of creepy.
Are you sure, Viv? You think it's you think it's a guy?
I think it's one of them. I can't tell who it is. And it's dangerous. I don't want to keep you here longer than we have to be. If I can get confirmation right now that it's them, I would rather do that. And I believe that she would trust my word that if it is them, we can go back tomorrow morning.
So what do you want us to? I mean, obviously we do the hands and all that stuff. You want us to like tie your feet to the chair or something? You know, because you remember what happened with the wheelchair, and like that was fine and all, but like if something gets in, like what's the plan?
I don't remember. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm sorry.
Well, right. So meta,
Vivian,
right? Like,
Vivian is a trance medium, meaning if she makes her roll and there's a ghost nearby, she's basically inviting it into her body to
right.
speak
Yeah.
through her. But if she
But-
screws this up, anything could take possession of her.
Right, and that's sort of like Harry's concern, right? Because
Yeah.
the last time it worked and it was fine, but
Yeah.
then Harry's concerned, like, well, if it doesn't work, like, what do we need to do to snap Vivian out of it, right? Like, that's the. Is
I'm
it
sure-
like
Yeah.
throw a glass of water in her face, or like, like Harry doesn't really know, right? Like, I don't have that much occult.
Yeah. I would probably say hold me down. Absolutely. Did you pour the original 13 cards? Hold me down, keep me safe, and feel free to knock me out if things get dangerous.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, man.
Yeah. A good punch to the face.
No. We can't.
No.
Doc, you got like a sleepy medicine, something in there. You could shoot Viv up, just knock her out a little bit.
I do, but if it gets very dangerous, I'm not against you doing that. Yes, you can, of course. I whip out a little kit. I have all my things.
Yeah.
But I say if it gets really bad, which is my biggest concern of doing this, knock me out.
Georgie will actually put both hands on Vivian's shoulders and be like, I will punch you just enough.
What are you doing off the couch? Go lay down.
It's just,
Okay. So
Jerry,
Georgie
this
is not.
all hands on deck, all right?
So Georgie is like with the broken ribs in the circle for the
Yeah.
seance, correct? Okay. Viv, make your POW check.
Okay.
That's the same problem in real life too, by the way.
I passed, which is good. But it's not a hard. It's just a regular pass.
Okay, now the rest of you start to feel like this power swelling and the room gets suddenly colder. And instinctually you know that if you kind of lean into it, you could probably help her, but it's going to drain like 5 magic points for everybody.
Yeah, Harry would do it. We've been through this before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you'll all feel very tired and fatigued the next day, but you lean into it, and even though you got the storm shutters closed, the fire flickers from some weird wind. It feels really cold. You can all see your breaths, and then you hear Vivian just take a sudden, incredibly deep voice, and then you hear her neck crack, and then you hear her talk in a slightly deeper voice than her own, saying, "Is there any coffee left?"
I look over at the pot on the floor and I'm like, no, we're fresh out. Sorry.
And he said, "I've got whiskey in my bag. Can you bring it over?"
Yeah, sure. We can break the circle. Or you're in there, I guess now. So, and he just kind of like gets up, like shakes his head, like, "Oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna go get the whiskey."
Okay, you go to, there are 2 packs, one very weathered and one less so, one of like much higher quality and the other more of a modest one. Which pack do you go to?
The one that looks more expensive. I assume it's the rich guy's pack.
He says, "No, the other, that's not mine."
Oh, yeah, my bad. Then he opens up the other one.
He takes a drink and says, "Thanks." He says, "Did your friend get spores on him?"
Yeah, he's been pretty sick. He got kicked in the ribs too. Yeah, I think he broke a couple of ribs.
He said that he's lucky. I said, "I didn't survive the spores."
Ah, jeez.
He said it came on us while we were hunting. It just kept circling us and circling us. We shot it a bunch. I know I hit it.
Yeah, it had some holes in it. It looked like.
Yeah, it's not natural. He said, "I'm not sure where my body is, but we were north of here."
And to whom are we speaking to?
Sam, I presume.
Hold on, what name did I give this guy?
Sam Ripley, the hunter.
Yeah. Okay, so he says, yeah. He says, I don't have much time. Don't trust anyone. He says the spores aren't what killed me.
Ooh.
So what do you mean? I thought you said the spores gotcha.
Suddenly you just see Vivian's body react like violently as if she is like and hurled backwards, and she like falls backwards out of her chair and just lands and comes out of the trance, almost as if like something hit her in the chest and she went flying backwards.
Harry would run to go check to make sure she's okay.
She's okay.
What happened?
Sam, yeah, it was Sam, the hunter guy. He said that he got spores on him and he didn't survive, but that's not what killed him. And then you flew back out of the chair, so maybe he got shot.
Oh,
Or maybe he got kicked or gored. Maybe he got pushed. Is that the kind of thing that happens when you do this kind of thing? Like, does that transfer?
Vivian, you feel a burning in your chest.
I feel
And
hurt.
it's like a bruise.
I feel so much pain in my chest, almost burning, bruised. I sometimes I feel this, sometimes I don't. I suspect something must have happened. Maybe he got shot. I don't know. What else did he say? Did he say where he was?
He said that they went north. They were north of here, but he didn't know where his body was. So we head out in the morning and head north, I guess, and see. He said the thing followed them around. It was circling them. They shot it a bunch.
Did he see anything about Wallace at all?
He didn't know.
He did say not to trust anybody, though.
Oh.
I mean, I trust you, Georgie.
I mean, I trust you too, Ari. I'm thinking he's more so talking about just regular people that you meet in the woods.
Oh yeah, normal people you meet in the woods.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
trust
was gonna
anybody
say.
I just randomly met in the woods. I was even
Who's out
untrustworthy
around
than the
here?
guy who brought us here.
That guy was kind of creepy.
All right, so do you guys want to just weather the evening and wait for first light?
Yeah.
Or you can head north now.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
we want to go
10,
hunting.
No.
10 p.m.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, you wake up in the morning, and you see that there are deer tracks all over the place. Like this thing must have come back several times and just kind of walked around the property to see if anybody was in the area.
Eee. Good thing we didn't go out.
Right?
Can we close all the shutters
Yes.
before we leave? Okay. I don't want anything going back in there.
Hey Viv, I mean, you got a better handle on all this occult stuff. Is there anything that we can do to like? I mean, you think maybe it's a spirit or something in this deer, like some restless, deep woods something or another. Like, we got like salt or like, did you bring any holy water or anything up here? Like, I'm not really sure what we should be doing here because shoot, it didn't seem to work none.
I sage everyone before we leave.
Okay.
And so before we went to bed, I cleansed the house. And during my watch, I said few chants and put a few protection signals all around the house, and I sage everybody before we leave.
All right. I need upon leaving in the morning, I need everybody to make a spot hidden check.
I am not spotting anything today.
24.
There we go. It's a 4.
Ooh, 18.
Okay.
I got a hard success.
Okay. For those of you who spot it, you do spot something odd growing near the cabin. It's actually you see that it's mixed in among there's like a pile of deer pellets, and growing from the pile of deer pellets looks like a long, veiny, bluish purple mushroom, like a morel mushroom.
I stomped that into the ground.
No, don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Don't touch it.
All right,
I run over.
He stops it.
I run over just to look at it. Can I make an occult roll and see if it's anything?
Okay, when he does that, it explodes in a cloud of spores and makes a sound like when you suddenly pick up a piglet.
My bad.
I need you to make a con check, Doc.
That was a stupid move. My bad. Fuck. 46. I think I'm good. There, let's see. Yeah,
there you go.
All right. Thank goodness.
Okay, you take 1 point of damage. You're like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm
That was
okay.
worth it.
He
You know
starts
what?
coughing,
All
and
worked
then like double nosebleed, and his eyes go all beet red. So you don't feel great for a couple of hours, but you don't. You
It's just
escape
seasonal
serious
allergies.
harm.
You're fine.
Just seasonal allergies. Oh my god.
I go back in the cabin
Thank you, Von,
and
bad person.
just get like a glass of water, and I'm like, rinse your face off. What were you thinking? We knew there were spores all over. Doc, come on.
I wasn't thinking. I was reacting.
All right, so
And what are you a doctor of again?
philosophy,
Medicine? But yeah, right now.
engineering.
Hey, everyone, Doc here, he's really good. He's patched me up a handful of times. He's patched Harry up a whole bunch.
I get
He's
intrusive
smart.
thoughts,
He just ain't that street smart. That's all. He'll get used to it, all right?
You were the one who put that mushroom question on the ballot in Massachusetts, didn't you?
I literally pause for a moment and reflect on who the people I surround myself with and how they are trusting this doctor. And I just pause and I take a deep breath.
This is why Vivian doesn't call me anymore.
All right, so
Last time we hung out, we ended up in the dream world.
So we're having a lot of fun. And it is 11:45. So unless I just want to rush the ending and either kill all of you or have this be anticlimactic, I'd rather not push and end in one session. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
assumed
Yeah.
too. So
I
Yeah.
didn't realize stomping the mushroom would lead to our death.
How dare you?
It might have led to yours.
Yeah.
And for God's sakes, get a different set of dice for next time.
Okay,
I'm going to order you some.
what are you planning to do now that you're outside and you realize that this whatever it was like literally stalking around the cabin all night?
Is there a way, like a path that it took out, like away from the cabin?
Yes, a very clear path.
Like a perimeter. Yeah. Is it north?
No, actually, it looked like it was heading towards the road.
Ooh.
Oh no.
All right, so we have a decision here. Then we know that at least the hunter's body is up north. So do we want to follow that, or do we want to chase down this deer and try to cut its head off?
Well, I mean, I assume that. I mean, I think maybe they might be together, so we should at least maybe go north. I mean, then we can confirm possibly if we can find at least one of the bodies. Maybe there'd be some sort of a clue. I would rely on. Go ahead, Georgie.
Yeah. Well, here's my problem: is that you see, I know that we were sent up here to find this guy and everything like that. If he's dead, he ain't going nowhere, right? this deer could kill some people, right? So like, I kind of don't want that to happen.
Well, I don't know. That guy Eugene said nobody comes up here because the place is creepy. I mean, it's got like undead deer running around, and I guess maybe everybody knows that already.
Well, I mean, but yeah, if it's heading to the road, and maybe somebody drives by and hits it and like goes to check on it, and we know this thing can take a hit or 12.
Or 12.
Like,
well, maybe the car will do it in. I think I would lean on Miss Falcon here too. I assume she's got a little bit more outdoor experience than any of us do. So, if I don't know, what do you think?
I've been into Central Park.
It's not quite the same. They don't have murdered deers out in the park, I don't think.
It's a good point.
Gentlemen.
Are you following the obvious deer trail, or are you following the ghost's advice and trying to go north and find his body?
We're paid to go north. I give that gentle reminder. We're here for a reason. Like Harry said, people know not to come around here. If they're coming around here, they're coming here for trouble, just like we are. And they know what they're getting into, just like we do. If we go after that, we're spending more time going after something that we're not supposed to be here even for, and possibly getting us more hurt or possibly killed. Let's head north.
Okay, so you start heading north, just doing a general search along the hunting trail.
I really hope I don't have to remind y'all of this conversation when we read about the death of somebody who hit a deer in the newspaper a week from now.
I need everyone to make a luck check and tell me if anyone gets a hard success.
God damn luck checks.
I got a 1.
I fumbled.
I got an 8 out of 75.
An 8
Nice.
and a 1. Okay, you guys, the two of you start to notice that there are like white ribbons on tree branches every 30 or 40 yards or so.
Nice.
There's hunting markers?
Yes. They're trail markers. Because deer are colorblind and they won't see the little white things.
So me and Vivian see it, and I'm like, hey, look, somebody put up little flags on the trees, and Penelope is like, those are hunting markers, and we're like, oh.
That's why I do it, Max. That's why I have luck rolls for lots of stuff to encourage people not to burn their luck. Okay, so I will allow you to make a spot hidden with a bonus dice while searching the area.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's an 18. That's I think that's extreme for me. No,
I rolled an 89, and an 88 and a 98.
Hard success for me.
I got a 30 and a 0.
Okay, so you follow this for most of the day. You follow the markers, and then you see there's an area where there's a lot of scattered tracks. There's some blood stains. It looks like this is where they may have run into trouble. And then the tracks go off in two different directions. It looks like they got separated during the attack. One set of prints goes off in one direction, the other goes in the other direction. So you can go track A or track B.
Do we see deer tracks or anything as well, or is it just the two people tracks?
You do see deer tracks, but again, it snowed a little bit since this happened, so it's not really followable. And again, you'd have to make tracking with a penalty dice to follow either one of these two trails to its source.
Where does the blood go? Because you said there was some blood here. Does that follow one
It
of the
looks
tracks?
like it goes to track B.
So I'm thinking we might find the body this way, and he points in the direction that like the blood is going.
But we
Yeah.
don't know if he's dead.
Yeah, we don't know
Well,
if
we-
Wallace is dead.
We definitely know one of them's dead because he was in your body last night.
That I know. But if we go to the one that has the blood, I'm assuming that's the one that's dead.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not though, right? I mean, if he got hurt and maybe passed out in the woods, you know, it could be the other
And
guy.
he's also probably dead from like frostbite and stuff.
How much blood is there?
Not enough to kill you.
Mm,
Like a splattering.
It's a crapshoot either way.
yeah,
Blood's a little easier to track if it's.
that's fair.
Just-
I'm gonna trust you. You have the nature. You know more about the outdoor world than I do.
Okay, so make a track with a penalty dice, and I will tell you what you find.
Does anyone have higher than base?
I just have
Nah.
base.
Can we assist?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Okay.
that's the thing in Call of Cthulhu.
Harry, me and
Yeah.
you are gonna have to spend more time in Central Park just hanging around the woods a little bit more.
I mean, I guess I don't. You know.
Hey, look, you guys have rolled an 8 and a 1 last round. So,
Yeah, penalty die killed me.
yeah.
Ah.
No.
All right, man,
Okay,
back it up. I'll
so-
roll. What the hell? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll roll. Yeah,
Got nothing to lose.
I like
Oh
rolling
no,
dice.
that's a fumble.
I
Yeah,
see snow. Pretty snow.
Okay, you quickly lose the trail, but you know that something happened in this area.
Hmm.
And as you're following the trail and moving around, you see something really odd. You see like a lump of like ice, like
Ooh.
through the snow, just like almost like a mound of
Mm.
clear ice.
Should we go check it out?
I mean, it
Why don't
definitely
you go
seems
down?
weird.
Is there a stick around or something I can grab?
Oh, you mean out in the woods? Let me think. Yes, there's
Yeah,
sticks
okay,
in the
all right.
there's sticks in the
A
woods.
poking stick, not like an itty bitty tiny stick.
Take your pick. There's
All right.
lots of sticks. It's
I
the
want-
woods.
A non-glittery stick.
You get a non-glittery stick.
A non-glittery stick
That's what
with
she
my
said.
driving gloves, my very expensive driving gloves,
Okay.
and I'm gonna poke it.
I'm
When-
gonna cover her.
When you get up to it, I need everybody to make a sand check, and this is probably where we're going to stop.
Up to the stick?
The stick is the problem.
As you go over to it and you
I
poke
bet.
it with a stick, you realize it's a solid mound. It's almost like a pitcher's mound of ice. And as you hit it with the stick, you knock some of the dusting of snow off, and it's transparent. And you can see under this mound of ice, is another one of these weird, deformed, cancerous-looking deer things. This one's laying on its side, and it's like frozen to the ground. And it's just encased in this mound of ice.
Oh. Yeah.
Yuck.
Mm.
So, what's the sand check?
I pass.
Pass.
I passed.
1 point if you pass.
Pass.
Okay.
Good.
It's still creepy.
Yeah, that's gross. That's very gross.
What was the loss when the deer came through the window? I don't remember if you gave us
Oh.
a.
1. If you made it,
One.
you just lost 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I marked that off. Cool.
Thank you for the reminder.
What the fuck is that? How another one of these things?
I look at the doctor. I'm like, doctor, what is this?
I'm not a zoologist.
And then he stomps on it.
let's lick it. Let's see if your tongue sticks to the icebound.
Not if there's spores, though. If there's spores, no, we don't do it.
Okay.
But it's good to know that there's a bunch of these out here. Then.
All right. So at this point, as you're examining this, I need everybody to make a listen check.
Okay.
No.
Damn. Failed.
09.
Oh, I passed.
09.
So,
09. Everybody who passes, you hear like
No, it's just regular.
not quite a twig being snapped, but you hear like the crunch of snow and pine needles, like somebody moving, like trying to be quiet, moving towards you through the trees.
Oh, no.
Slowly turning.
Do you say anything? Because I don't know that anybody else passed.
No, the two of them made it, right?
Yeah,
I kind of just go like this,
Okay.
and I point my fingers up.
She signals that something is up. You're going to turn towards the sound.
I'm going to
out,
turn
yeah.
towards it, and I'm just...
Okay. You see a guy dressed in camouflage with a shotgun, and he's like moving through the trees towards the sound of you guys. And as he like sees you, he like starts to raise it, and then suddenly someone else who's beside him kind of like reaches out and like, you know, puts the hand on the barrel to lower it. And it's a man and a woman.
And at that, so like,
and she like puts up her hands and like waves and says, "Are you guys okay?
Are you okay?
And this is where we'll end.
Nice. All right, cool. That was fun. I mean, it's always fun, but you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was dying to run this after I put it together. I'm like, oh, this sounds like so freaking creepy and fun.
It's perfect for Halloween in the fall. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is
So
only fourth adventure in a row that Georgie's almost died. So
yeah, I know.
I was
Right?
gonna say, I don't think you and I can play together, because every time I play with you, bad shit happens.
Well, one, you're the muscle of
it's
the
just
team.
every time.
It has been recently, yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah.
are aggressive though. Nobody made you run outside with a shotgun.
No, that's literally what I get paid for.
I mean, fair, I guess.
Yeah. Not
The
gonna
doc's
argue
like,
that.
You're getting paid?
After he stepped on the mushroom, we're not paying him.
Oh my God. I can't believe that happened, but hey,
That was awesome.
stranger things. All right, so play us
Thought
out,
it was a
keyboard
good
cat.
idea.
All right. Well, thank everybody for checking it out. We had a number of people with us tonight, so that was cool. Does anybody have anything to plug, share, or mention? Anything they're up to? Podcasts
no.
they might be on?
I'm just working on the Kickstarters. Lisa and I are editing feverishly. Legacy of Arius Lurko. We have the first scenario locked down and are doing the final post proofreader edits on the second scenario. So that's going well. Our official Golden Goblin press pins for the Day 1 Backer Awards have arrived, and they're pretty cool.
Nice.
Hold on, let me show you.
Ooh, sneak peek.
I've got pin number 1. I just got to get it off my shirt. So, if
Oh, nice.
That's
I
great.
like the red.
It's your background is blurring it out.
yeah.
No, I saw it.
You get the picture. I'll post a picture. Anyway, so yeah, Island of Ignorance is being edited. Oh, well, it's not being edited. It's being already new. It's being laid out. Um, art is being colored, and the layout is being tightened up. Yeah, so that's going really well. We hope to get, the stretch goal book out before the end of the year, and we already have a lot of material done for Dark Sea of Infinity, the fourth Cthulhu companion, so that's going well.
Nice.
We have artists submitting their items for the cursed item article. So far, we have a book, a dog, a wolf-headed pipe, and a 3-panel changing mirror.
Yeah,
Ooh,
For our weird, creepy, cursed items.
that's cool.
The dog was a surprise, but that's
Yeah.
Jeff. That's Jeff Muller for you. If there's going to be a curveball, it's going to come from Jeff.
Fair.
Not in a bad way. It's always something cool and that you'd never really see coming. So
Nice.
that's it. That's it for me. Just happy the summer's over. Happy con season is over. But that just means we have to start planning next con season. So
I got one more in November.
really, I'm done for the year.
Yeah.
I don't have anything until February,
there you go.
which is right around the fucking corner when you think about it. But,
Yeah, really. After all the holidays and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be running this at that con.
Oh, cool. Spoilers.
Don't watch this. If you're going to be at Total Con or Rising Phoenix, don't watch Legends of Tabletop.
Ever, probably.
Not this game, anyway.
Cool. All right. Well, we have our Patreon up. If you want to throw a couple of bucks our way, that's cool. We've got games. There's maybe something that you'd like, or maybe not. I don't know. You could check it out. Like, subscribe, yada yada, all the things.
Check out New Monsters every Friday for October Nomicon on Shoggoth.net.
Oh, there you go. I will go back and throw a link in the show notes for that. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.